All right, it is the weekend, and it's time to get back to testing Football Tactics and Glory World, which is an upcoming game from Creo Team, the guys who made Football Tactics and Glory. Of course, the work in progress, things are subject to change and all of that jazz. But you're probably used to that by now. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. As they put out new builds that test things, I tend to test on the weekend just because that's the best time for me to get this stuff out there. It's after the work week and it's when I have free time to really sit down with the game. So I know Creo Team's done some additional work on the World Cup mode. There's also kind of like a log for them. So they do actually check it at the end of the day and they kind of look for bugs and stuff. So I try to keep it structured in that sense. But it's also just kind of sharing it with the community. They don't mind that either. Yeah, they wanted us to test the World Cup mode a bit more. I know they've made some updates to that. Let's see. Let me just check to make sure we're good here. Just checking the beta testing channel. Okay. All right, so they're fine with this being shared. Got it. We're going to do World Championship. We're just going to hit the World Championship outright. As per usual, a big part of this game is going to be the international scene. When it comes to the campaign as well as the various tournaments, the nationalities and the different countries are going to play a huge role. As you go through a campaign, you'll have an opportunity to coach for various national teams. All of those national teams will obviously be filled with the nationals or the players from those countries, origin countries. And every nation will give players its own unique footballing culture. If they're from England, they're going to have aggressive physicality. If they're from Brazil, they're going to be very flashy. If they're from Italy, they're going to be about controlling the field. Germany's going to be about possession and keeping control of the ball for a long time and all that different stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do a tournament. Of course, you'll be able to make your own tournament if you want to. You have various options right here. You can get pretty detailed, but I'm kind of lazy right now, so I don't want to go through that. We'll just do this, and then we'll kind of show off some of the international gameplay, which is something I don't normally do. I do have a campaign with Scotland running right now, but they did kind of ask us to look at the World Cup mode again, so we'll do that. All right, so first we're going to choose a team. Of course, it's still a work in progress. There are only a couple of nations have a footballing culture implemented. I know Creo Team has ideas for other countries. So it's like, even though we don't see it right now, they do kind of have it on the back burner. They're kind of creating the different cultures for the various countries. So eventually we'll get that. But for now, it's just a few European countries and 2 South American countries. So I think I'm going to go for, last time I did Spain, I'm going to go for, trying to think of a good country. Let's do Argentina. Argentina's a fun one. Let's go ahead and do Argentina. We can look at the team. Obviously all the teams have been rebuilt from the ground up with the nationality bonuses in mind. So in Football Tactics and Glory, you can have like an Argentina team with multiple nationals. In this game, they'll be from Argentina. They'll kind of be built around that footballing culture to kind of give you that, give you better, what's the word? A better combination of skills to make sure that everything flows really well. The kids are here down there. All right, so when you look at Argentina, they get speed dribbling. The names are also a work in progress. You have to remember it's a Ukrainian studio, so English isn't going to be their first language. But basically, players from Argentina get nutmeg for free. Anyone who's not in the goal, so you can see all of these players have nutmeg. Nutmeg's a pretty interesting ability. When it comes to actually learning it as a trained skill, I know a lot of people don't really like it for various reasons, but it's actually pretty interesting when you kind of look at it outside of just getting into the box. So with Argentina, they're going to have a lot of opportunities to just extend their play, get the boost from nutmeg, and do all that different stuff. Also, you have to keep in mind that even though they get nutmeg for free, it's always level 1. You know, they never get more than level 1 of an ability. So you can see that all these players have level 1 nutmeg. This guy has level 3 because it's a trained ability. And then when you actually train a specific ability, you get an additional potential level added to it, which is also pretty nice. It also looks like they made a few adjustments to the, let's see, to the actual skills that the potential level that players get here. So I think initially it was just +1. So every level of giftedness gave you like a +1 bonus. I think they've upgraded it to plus, what is this? I think this is +2. Yeah, okay, so they've pushed it up to +2 by default, which is nice. It's better than +1 when you have a lot of abilities that give you an additional potential level. So for example, this guy has 23 potential on nutmeg. The maximum potential any one player can get is 20 at giftedness 5. He learned it as a trained skill, so he immediately gets a +1 potential level to that. So he gets another 3 apparently. Maybe I can't math. Maybe they defaulted to 3. It's possible. I'll have to ask. But it's more than 1 for sure. So of course Argentina is going to be one of the stronger footballing nations. That's normally how it works. The stronger footballing nations are going to have the easier to understand bonuses, because a lot of people are going to use these nations, you know? You know, Argentina's popular. It's probably going to get used pretty often. So all that stuff is it makes sense, right? So again, I'm just going to watch the game. I'm not going to actively play. I'm going to let the AI do its thing. You know, I'm just going to act as a coach. I'm going to kind of choose formations and stuff like that, and we'll leave it there. I'm just going to go ahead and set up this defense. I think having a sweeper here is okay. I don't mind it, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and leave the sweeper there. They do have a, let's see, I'd prefer a DF here. They also have a layoff pass, which is pretty solid. He has it too. He's a DM. He's not a very good DM though, to be fair. So maybe I won't use him. Maybe I'll go with him instead. Much better in this position. Does more or less the same thing. And then I think we're going to, let's see. We're going to make some adjustments as well. We might play it on the wing if we have these players available. Maybe we'll do the wing play here. He has nutmeg. A lot of players are going to have nutmeg, of course. And then maybe we'll play it, let's see, if he has nutmeg and he has nutmeg, maybe we'll play it back here. Just trying to come up with an idea. Some of these players aren't great out of the gate, but you know, I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and go with Rainbow Feint, sure. I think we'll play it like that. I don't know about that AM, maybe? I mean, we have long pass, but you know, it's neither here nor there for me. Like, maybe we'll do something with long pass later, but for now, I think we're okay. And then I think we'll actually play, let's see. Just making some adjustments. I think this is okay. I don't think we need reaction. We're going to put him back there. He's going to get into the box, but if the AI is smart enough, the AI will realize that we can just trap him later. So it's not a huge deal. All right, let's go ahead and coach this. Of course, they're playing against Algeria. It's a weaker nation, and you can see it in terms of the strength of their players. You know, everybody kind of caps out at giftedness level 4, while Argentina's capping out at 5, which is the highest level. So their potential is going to be slightly lower, their stats are going to be slightly lower, and they're going to be the underdog team, right? Which makes sense. That is going to give the CF a chance to walk right through, but that's all right. We'll live with it. Let's go ahead and watch the game. I'm curious to see how the AI actually handles the use of nutmeg here. You know, they're usually pretty good about the skill, but we'll see what they actually do. I expect him to break in because he does have 200 control, which is a lot, even at this level of play. Even with the CDs, it doesn't really matter. His accuracy's not great, but he can still attack with control, which is really nice. and they get the first goal. They're going to go ahead and attack. They're going to lob because he's a DF with 176, which is challenging him. They're going to take the shot because he's a CD. Sweeper is going to come out because the sweeper blocks adjacent shots, and now he's out of position. They're going to slide tackle because that's the better play. Level 3 slide tackle, of course. And then they're probably going to hold the ball. Yep. And then they get the sweeper back into position. I like that move. That's a very smart move. Sweeper is useless outside of the box, so you want him in the box as often as possible. He's going to slide tackle. He's going to win the ball. He's going to take the shot, but he doesn't have a ton of accuracy, so it's not very dangerous. He's on the flank. He's probably going to run it, and then he might hold the ball. Yeah, he's going to hold it. Now they have him in the box, so he's an option. So he has to be careful there. He has good passing, too, so he might actually get it in. They went for that. They got it. He can only use power shot because he just fought for the ball in the air. He got the ball. That's always going to be the danger of having an open formation like this, but it also allows you to what's the word? It allows you to put more attackers out there, fewer numbers at the back. It's really just a 2-player defense at this point, and it's really relying on the sweeper and the CD. And also the nice thing about it is even if they have a CF, the sweeper can easily just do that or do that, and then the CF is trapped offside. So it is open, but there's a bit of an offside trap going on there. And then again, it kind of gives you that ability to play all your other players out there. So if I wanted to play like a deep midfield or something like that, where everybody just runs the ball upwards and keeps it in the opponent's half, this would actually be pretty good. Of course, on the counter-attack, it would be terrible because you only have 2 guys back here. So not always the best choice, but it can work, especially against weaker teams, honestly. Against weaker teams, it's not the worst thing. Let's see what else we got. He's got reaction. Reaction for him's not great, honestly. That's not a great call. He is actually better at the back, if I'm being completely honest, but he's an RD. RD is going to be useful because he does have nutmeg. The RDs are going to suppress his ability to use that skill. And they're a weaker team. I don't mind this right now, so maybe we'll just leave it as is. Another thing I could also do is I could actually bring him forward, and then I can actually force them to deal with both, but I don't think I'll do that. I'll just let this play out. You can see they made a formation change. They probably took some players out. Did they? No, they just changed formations. What did they do? Okay, they shifted to the left-hand side, which is a solid choice. I don't mind that choice at all. Let me see what they're trying to do here. They may have also made an adjustment back here. I don't think they did. Let's see what we got. He has nutmeg, so it might not be too bad. He also has nutmeg. I think we're okay like this. It's no problem. He is motivated, though. That's a problem. If he had gotten the ball, it would have been tough. But then he's motivated, too. He's tired, so I don't think he's going to be a huge threat. Let's see, he has 13. He has a lot of defense, but he didn't win the ball. That's unfortunate. He's going to try again because he's motivated. 12 control isn't great. He does have nutmeg. I wonder if he's going to go up here and then try to go through. They're just going to try to pass the ball. That's not bad. Fight for the ball in the air. He kept it. That's great. Now, he might nutmeg. Because he's tired, it's guaranteed to work. Okay, he's just going to pass the ball. Is he going to nutmeg? He might. No, he's just going to rainbow feint. Okay. I guess that makes sense. He's a CD. And then he suppressed him, but he still got through. He's just going to shoot the ball because he had the reaction. That makes sense. All right, so we're in that situation now. We also have 9 turns to go. I'm going to take him out because he is the better player. Now I need to start thinking about preserving my players. I don't want anybody getting injured or anything like that. So we'll do that. Even though the DM is weaker. And then you can see they made another formation change. It looks like Creo team may have fixed that. I think they were making formation changes, but they weren't actually doing anything. Yeah, but they're changing formation. They just put the 2 CDs together, so you can see they're reacting to what I'm doing here. 2 CDs is a great defense against rainbow feint. So you can see they kind of responded to that. They have them together, which is pretty smart. But yeah, a little too little too late though. They may also be playing it to him, so they actually put this guy over there. But he is tired, so we'll see. Yeah, they're just gonna lob it. At this level of the game, lobbing's pretty accurate or effective. You'd have to have like a defender behind him to fight for the ball in the air. We don't have that, so it is what it is. Level 3 slide tackle. We actually won the ball. Of course. I'm waiting to see some... It's not a good choice. Why did he lob it, though? Could have passed it and then passed it again, I imagine. Ooh, that's going to be dangerous, actually. Yeah, he might actually get fouled. Yep. Yeah, it's a card. Are they making changes? I don't see them subbing out players. I wonder if that bug is still there. Or maybe they're just deciding not to. I'm not sure. So cause I'll bookmark it, but I'm not sure if they're making substitutions in World Cup mode. I think I'd mentioned it before, but it's possible that bug is still there. Assuming that they even want to sub, you know, because in this case he should really come out for maybe Taib or something. So worth mentioning as well. Again, it's a work in progress. They're still working on it and whatnot, so it's stuff to be expected. I don't see anybody nutmegging though, guys. You're making me look bad. But also, they don't really need to do it right now. They have the option, but they're just so much stronger, I guess. And they're just going to use control. Very smart. 3-0. That's pretty much it, I think. And then you have the little World Championship banner in the corner there, which is cool. Obviously, it will change. The name will change depending on what you name the tournament. That's also really nice. And as you play through the campaign, as time progresses, like every 4 years, you'll have a new World Championship, and then it will actually show the year. So it will be like 2026 and then 2030, and you know some guys play this thing forever. It can go all the way up to like 2100 probably. Yeah, but that's round 1. I mean, it's Algeria. That's what we'd expect. Okay, we still don't have that. That's fine. That's more of a placeholder thing to show a tournament cup or something. This game is going to be more difficult because France is on our level. You know, they can even have their own footballing culture right now. Yeah, they did increase it to 3. So I think what they did was they took the default skill potential and they set it to 3 instead of 1 because 1's not a huge boost. 3 is actually middle of the pack. Maximum is 5. So yeah, so bonuses like this are really gonna shine now, because what is it? Specialist classes get an additional skill potential level for every special skill. So for example, the CF is gonna get an additional skill potential level to head play, 1 higher than its current level. This CM is gonna get an additional level to long pass and all that different stuff. Let's see what else we got. And the same for him. And it's only going to be during the match, so you won't see it here. But during the game, he'll have like 23 as opposed to 20 to slide tackle. He'll have 23 to use long pass and all that different stuff. And it can be really strong because even at the maximum level, French players are going to be better at using skills than anybody else. So, you know, in a normal game with other teams and other countries, 20 is going to be the maximum. Maybe if you've invested in the specialist tree, you'll get another level, you'll get another potential level like that. But by default, these guys are going to get an extra level. So, I mean, in the lower leagues, they're going to be playing above their level. In the higher leagues, they're going to get a bonus that other players can't reach, even with the specialist tree and all that different stuff. It's pretty good. They're also a really strong team, so I have to change how I actually set up this defense this time. You know, they're actually a threat. I actually have to keep that in mind. I think I'm going to do, let's see. I might just do a flat formation here. Feels like the better choice. Give me 1 second. Hear an alarm. Yeah, sorry about that. Got to keep my ears peeled, as they say. I'm gonna play a flat formation, just because I don't think I can afford to deal with all of this offense. And then these players don't look like they're great, but they do have some solid abilities. This is actually a pretty solid defense. Even if he shoots with a cannon shot, it's going to be useless. This goalkeeper has the best defensive skills in the game. He has reaction and strong goalkeeper. Those are the two best defensive actions for a goalkeeper, well, defensive skills for a goalkeeper, bar none. Playing out is nice, but there are a lot of different ways to prevent headers from even hitting the goal. But these two, for sure, they kind of force the offense to play it straight. So he's actually very, very good. Like, his defense isn't amazing in comparison to, like, this guy, and his control is okay. For a goalkeeper, it could be better. I mean, I've seen worse as well. And then they're also playing it like this, which is interesting, honestly. There are a few different ways I can play this. We also get the ball first. They have long pass, so it's actually a good thing that I took the sweeper out of the box. It's actually really important. But based on what they're doing, let's see. He doesn't have playing out, and we get nutmeg for free. Nutmeg also increases your stats by 50% for the next action, and they have someone on the wing. So I think we're going to do this for later on. What else are we going to do? We might try to break in over here, but he's pretty weak, so I don't know about that. I'm trying to figure out if we're going to play it wide. He has long pass, so it's not going to be as useful. He is honestly the better call, because he can probably keep possession. So actually, if I wanted to, I could do this. And I can at least start it like that. And that's good, because he'll be able to keep the ball, and they won't be able to win it with a slide tackle because of the fullback. He's probably going to want to shoot those. I'm going to want someone with decent accuracy up here. He doesn't have the rainbow feint counter. He's not going to be a great choice, so maybe we'll do, let's see. We're going to have to get a shot first. I'm trying to think, who's the best play? How about, he is going to move forward though. I think that's my only concern. Maybe we'll do a DM here, just so I don't have this guy moving out of position. And then we can always take a shot with him. It's not the end of the world. I could also put him up there. He has better accuracy. He's going to be better for actually scoring via headers, but, you know, he might be the better call. This guy has better defense. It does matter when the control is so low in the midfield. Like, his defense is going to make a difference as well. Let's go ahead and start it. Again, France is pretty strong. They're basically on par with Argentina, really. Let's see what the guys do here. What's the first play going to be? They're going to play it like that. Are they going to pass it? Okay, they're just going to pull him out of position. That's also smart, though. He's out of position now. Yeah, and now he's being suppressed, so long pass is actually harder to complete. But he's going to get the ball with that. He's also a French player, so he's getting an additional bonus. You can kind of see it right there. He gets, let's see, he's a DM, so he gets 18, because I think he is, what is he? Let me see, where is he? Yeah, he gets an additional bonus as well. You'll kind of see it as the game progresses. You'll see these guys with higher numbers than they'd normally have. Waiting to see someone take advantage of, let me see, he has 20, Leotard. Yeah, 5, 20, plus 3. What are they giftedness that? Yep. And he's also tired. That makes sense. So the fact that he got 20 a while ago while he's tired means it still went up. Yeah. Is he gonna? Nah, he's gonna take the shot because that's the best choice for him. I would love to see. I'd love to see it right here. No, they're just gonna take the shot. Apparently, are they gonna use it now? Now's the time to do it. Oh, not doing it. That was it. They won't. Well, it's level 1 nutmeg. I guess it's a bit. What's the word? It's a bit risky, but still, I'd like to see it. That's actually smart. Because now we can just do that. That's very smart, actually. Very smart. Because he also has head play. Another great play. And that kind of allowed him to attack the goal unimpeded. Yeah, I would have liked to see a nutmeg right here from the guy. But he didn't do it, unfortunately. You're going to shoot. Yeah, that's the best choice. Yeah, I really liked that play a while ago where he pulled that guy out of position. That's very smart. And he was able to do it because I had the fullback playing high as well. It's still very smart though. Let's see, we're gonna leave that. We're okay. Start the second half. You're just gonna play it through because that DM's weak. Okay, he's gonna do that. He's not a threat though. Yeah, he's just gonna hold the ball, which is smart. He's probably gonna try to win it. He's a CM, so that's free. You know, that's gonna reduce his chance. He rolled poorly. Huh, I don't know what's going on over there. Crazy stuff in this place. Unfortunate. Yeah, but he's gonna win it with slide tackle. He's gonna pass it off. They're probably just gonna play for possession now. Yeah, he's gonna try to win it because he has level 3, but he might foul. No, he got lucky. Okay. He's tired. I need to get him off the field. What are you gonna do? You're gonna hold it? Okay, you're gonna do that. Someone has slide tackle. Yep. Yeah, we still have an opportunity, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, he's gonna shoot it. Okay, that's smart. He moved the DF out of position, so we can't actually cover that cover that towel. Come on, guys. I want to see. Well, can we even do nutmeg right now? He can lay off pass. Yeah. Is he an AM? He can do it. Pull him out. Oh, he got the ball. He could have done it. Could have pulled him out right there and then done it right here. Yeah, long pass. The first time they get an opportunity to use it, they're going to get a direct shot on goal because he's out of position. Yeah, so France pulled it off. You can kind of see that the passive bonuses right now are working better than the active bonuses, because the active bonuses are still like level 1 for the most part. And then the AI is still going to kind of weigh the cost benefit of doing a level 1 skill versus another action. So it makes sense. I guess it makes sense when you look at it like that. Because ultimately it's still like level 1 nutmeg and level 1 slide tackle and that stuff. So they'll still weigh the pros and the cons. I'm not sure if it makes sense to change the AI programming just to use the abilities a bit more. Maybe, because it is a free ability, and it does feel weird to not see it sometimes, see it getting utilized. But ultimately it makes some of the choices do make sense. Let's see, why is Thailand in first place? Is it goal difference? Yeah, by that, okay. So we're facing Thailand, also a pretty weak team, similar to the other teams. They do have nutmeg though, which is going to be its own issue. So I think in this case we're going to play the sweeper. Yes, so I can put him back into position. We're not going to need you, I don't think. What else do we have? Nutmeg. Let's see. He's a forward. Yeah, it's fine. And then you can kind of see they're holding us off on the break-in, so it's going to be a little more difficult. They also have a DM. We do have options, though. We can absolutely run the flank here. Pull him out of position. So I might actually go for that. Just to make life a little easier. And then he does still have nutmeg regardless of everything else, so we'll do that. Actually wonder about this. He should be able to pull him out of position. He does have playing out though, so that's going to be tough. I have to reconsider that. Maybe we'll do that. He is tired, so he needs to take a break. Maybe we'll have another player in the midfield. I could always do long pass, I guess, if I really wanted to. I do want them to utilize nutmeg on the wing though, but it might also be easier to just do this later on. And then maybe go for that instead. Since they don't have playing out. That's an option, but for a first play, I think this is the way to do it. Just kind of play the ball over there and run the flank, pull him out of position, try to score with head play. If we don't score, at least we'll we might get a corner, you know? That's a decent idea. And then I think we're set up to stop the counter. We have the 2 best defensive abilities in the game for a goalkeeper, so I'm not worried about that. I am worried about nutmeg because it does give them a bonus. to accuracy, so maybe that's going to be an issue later on. But let's watch it. Let's see what goes on. We should be able to beat Thailand. I'd be surprised if we don't win by at least 2. Oh, they're going to play it straight through. I don't know about that. I would have played it over there. Yeah, but the AI is going to make choices that you wouldn't necessarily make as well. Like they're playing the ball back here. I don't know about that. They do have to deal with slide tackle. But he is so much better that it's going to be a lot harder to win it from him. What are you going to do? You have to, yeah, you have to do that. He might lay off pass. No, he's just going to lob it. Okay, that's fair. He has good accuracy. Yeah, he has a good opportunity to score. Good job. Yeah, so we started out fairly well. We're going to leave it like this. I'm not really worried about it. We do have the DF. Again, they're weaker than Argentina anyway. So even before you even start looking at skills and cultures and stuff, they're going to be struggling, as you'd expect. Yeah, they're going to go for the long pass play. It might not work. You have to pass through 2. Well, the 1, never mind. Yeah, that worked. Easy peasy long pass, right? Very easy to defend against, but also very easy to understand. So we did that. It's also a good counter-attacking play. Let's see what else we got. Is he going to win via... He's just going to win the ball normally. Yeah. Someone's going to hold the ball up here. Okay, you're just going to do that. Are you going to hold it? Or are you going to lay off pass? Yeah, you're going to go for the layoff pass. I like that. Okay, that's smart. And he's going to be able to do it because the sweeper was out of position, but he's going to be suppressed by the fullback. That's going to be harder to score with it. That's good stuff. Not bad. He's now tired, though, so there goes my strategy there. So I'm going to need to do something else, which is fine. That's always good to have multiple tactics. Let's go back to this tactic that I had to begin with right here. Because if he gets the ball up here, he'll have the ability to break in with like 307 control, I think. 50% of 205 is what? 102.5 basically, round it down, 102. So he'll have 307 control to break in if he does nutmeg on this flank. And he has level 3 nutmeg because you know, it's a trained skill for him. So he would have learned it naturally. He gets a plus 3 potential bonus to it because he's from Argentina. So instead of being 15, it's 17 here. So he may actually nutmeg. He would actually be a really good candidate for that. We'll see though. I'm setting it up like that, but the AI has to actually do it. The AI will do its own thing sometimes, so, you know. He's going to lob it because he's there. He's a threat. He's going to take his space. He's setting up for the next play. And then he's going to take the ball away, but he's going to lose it immediately. Okay, that's a good choice. Who are you going to go for? Okay, nutmeg. Okay, we've started. Very nice. It's a start. So that's what I like about Argentina. They allow you to do things with nutmeg that you wouldn't normally consider, like nutmegging on the counter attack to kind of get the ball forward instead of using layoff pass or long pass or something. Because nutmeg gives you an extra 2 squares of movement. You can move like through the opponent, which is 1 square, and then to the next towel, which is 2, or you can do 3, where you move all the way behind them by an additional square. So it's a great mobility skill. And again, Argentina is probably the only team that allows you to really get creative with it. I had one campaign going earlier on where like I was using an Argentinian club, and it was just a bunch of nutmegging all over the place. We'd nutmeg to get out of defense, we'd nutmeg from the back line, we'd nutmeg in the middle, we'd get to the flank and do it. It was pretty crazy. And then again, nutmeg gives you a bonuses just for completing it. It does give you that plus 50% bonus to all of your stats. So if you're going to shoot or you're going to pass or do something like that, it's still great. Dog downstairs who gets really anxious when people leave because she is, you know, she's a dog. So, you know, she makes a lot of noise when people are leaving, but that's just how it is. Good dog. She's just, you know, the anxiety that dogs tend to get. Yeah, that's 2-0, which is what I expected. So we're going to be second place, I think, at least. It looks like we might be in first because France tied with Algeria. Wow. Algeria getting some revenge there, you know, based on historical grievances. And that's pretty funny. Well, they drew. I wonder if they knocked France out. They might have done it. Hold on. Let me take a look at this. They may have actually held France up. No, they made it. That would have been funny. For colonial times, France. If I'm getting that right, I think Algeria was colonized by France at some point, right? My history may be off there. The Algiers, but anyway, yeah. But that's the first round. We can look at the tables. You can kind of see the qualification round, which is where you have the various groups and you do a round robin format, and you get your ranking at the end, and only the top 2 teams proceed, right? That's par for the course with stuff like this. So generally, your group will be at the top, and then you'll have the rest of the groups at the bottom. I still think it's weird to have your group taken out, but then shown again. I don't know. If it's not going to be color-coded or something, I would say just take it out here. Like, basically, I'm in Group B. Group B's been moved to the top of the list because it's the most relevant, and then it's just A, C, D, etc. That might be better. But, you know, you can do it either way. You can either color code this with its own section, and it's basically your team, and then it's the rest of the rankings, or you can just take it out of the list and move it to the top. Either one works, you know? It might actually be easier to take it out of the list and move it to the top, honestly. If you're actually treating it like a list and it's just reordering, right? But then that might get messy if you have, like, multiple players in various groups, and then you have to kind of take all of them out of the list. It's just something for consideration, because to me it does look kind of weird to have Group B and then Group B, you know, and they both look the same. Yeah, but round of 16, only the best go through. We're starting off against Mexico, which is funny. Well, they're North America, aren't they? They're not South, but the Americas battle it out in the round of 16, and then you have all these other teams going through. Some solid matchups. This is going to be a good matchup, Brazil versus Netherlands. I do wish we could watch these games, but that may be a bit much. That'd actually be nice, though. Because, you know, even if your team doesn't make it to the World Cup or, like, an international tournament, you still want to see what's going on. You know, you can be a supporter for, like, the United States and they don't make it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to watch the other teams play. And especially in a campaign setting where you're a coach and you're looking at various teams and you're looking at various talent and you're actively scouting players to maybe see who might be a good pick on the next transfer window, who might be a good club to follow based on how the players perform in the international tournament. It could be useful to see those games. I mean, obviously you'll get the statistics at the end of the day. So for example, if the US beats Nigeria 3-1, I'll be able to see the goal scorers and I'll be able to see all the statistics. But it would actually be nice to see some of that sometimes, if that's possible. Well, you know, everything is work. You know, it would be nice to have everything, but there has to be a cutoff at some point. But I'd like to see it personally. Let's see what they got. They got 3 at the front. They're very loaded up on the front, so I think in this case I may actually want to load up a little bit at the back. Might be a good idea. Let's see what you guys got. He has rainbow feint, so we're going to do that. You know, just because he has reaction, we're going to move him back. Just because that makes more sense, we're going to take him out. We get the ball first as well. They're also playing it on the left-hand side or the right-hand side here, so they have the left-hand side locked down. I probably want to do something about that as well, just to kind of block this off. Because if you don't block it off, what tends to happen is they just have free reign down here. They can just run the ball and you can't stop them, which isn't great, honestly. You know, he's going to be able to just run the ball down there and he's going to be able to cross it and all sorts of stuff. So I want someone there. He has long pass, but I'd rather save him for later, especially since we're going to be attacking initially. He does have playing out, so head play attacks are going to be a bit more difficult. We do have some options, though. We definitely have some options as well. But you always have to think about that first shot, right? How's that first shot going to play out? So let's see. He's tired, so I'm gonna save him actually. I'm gonna wait and use him later. Huh. There are a bunch of things I can do, but I also have to recognize that the AI won't necessarily do it either. I need to be prepared for that as well. How are we gonna attack? If we're gonna take Conti out, we could do you. Well, we could easily do him actually. They have the left hand side open, which is a mistake for sure. So we can easily do that. He's also there in case we need to just run it up the flank, which might be necessary. I could also play an AM over here, and by doing that, later on the AM could actually get a cannon shot from this end, depending on how he wants to play it. So that might actually be a good choice as well. But I want to give the AI some options, because I don't know what they're going to do. They might want to head play, they might want to attack the goal directly, so I'm going to do this and give them some options. And then obviously defense. Mexico's a pretty strong country. Not as strong as like the South American juggernauts or the European juggernauts, but definitely strong in North America. So they're going to be kind of middle of the road. They kind of cap out at giftedness 4. They do have like 1 or 2 giftedness 5 players as well. Relatively strong among the mid tiers, but not exceptional at the highest level for sure. So based on just strength alone, I should have the advantage. And then also Argentina has implemented footballing culture as well. So I'm going to have the advantage there too. We're going to go ahead and play out that match. Of course, it's a world championship. Upsets can happen for sure. I mean, in the last World Cup, Japan made a run. You know, of all countries, Japan made a huge run. So you know, Japan's not a huge footballing nation, or at least it wasn't back when I used to follow football. Now they're kind of up there now too. Yeah, but he's going to break in because he has 200 plus control, which is amazing. Even if that CD won, it would have been worth it. And he's going to try to dribble into the box because that's better than shooting for him. He's going to lose the ball, which is fine. You know, he forced the goalkeeper to make a play. Now, what are you guys going to do? He's going to go for the tackle because his control's not great. Okay, they're just going to let the turn pass. When that happens, sometimes the timer doesn't run. So if you wanted to save 3 actions, you could actually just end your turn. And sometimes you'll just refund the 1 action you took. So, you know, if you don't think you can win the ball, sometimes it makes sense to do stuff like that. He's gonna run with the DM because he's a DM. Well, that's a CM rather, sorry. Dual movement, double towel movement with a CM, always good. He's gonna go for the layoff pass for sure. Yeah, oh, okay, just gonna normal pass. You're gonna have to shoot it, yep. Because he can't rainbow feint without being tackled. He's gonna come out of the box just to kind of keep that line intact. He's gonna long pass because he's actually worked his way into the box. That's great. And he's going to take the shot. Very nice. So they set up that opportunity from earlier on when they took him out of the play. He kind of moved over there and left that side open. And then he had that towel right there. So solid enough for a good first goal. I mean, now they're going to attack. Their accuracy is not amazing. Yeah, he's just going to run it. But the CDs are there. CDs on the edges are probably the optimal place to play CDs. So, in situations like that, they can tackle outside of the box. If they do foul the opponent, it's just going to be a direct free kick from the edge, which is dangerous, but it's better than fouling in the box. And then you have something in the middle, whether it's like a sweeper or a DF to deal with shots and stuff. So probably this formation for CDs is the best one you can play. And then maybe you can have like a sweeper and a DF here, or you can have like 2 DFs or something. Generally, having a third CD is overkill. Because again, you can just do stuff like that and you get the same, what's the word? You get the same experience, the same result, really. Yeah, but we're going to leave that as is. I'd also like to play him at the back, just to give us some options to counterattack, you know, from the back. Wingers are very good at counterattacking from the back. Because they get to move 4 towels, so they're very good for that. Mexico sporting the black and purple. That's new. I like it. He's gonna go there. He's probably gonna lose the ball, but he's gonna be motivated. But he lost his turn. Because he didn't make a direct attack, I guess. That's how that works. He's going to long pass it here. Yeah, he's also going to cross it, I think. Yeah, he's going to go for the cross. Yep. He met the ball, but sometimes you'll meet it and you'll redirect it in the wrong direction. Which just kind of helps the balance head play out a little bit more. You know, it is one of the ways to attack the goal that don't have a lot of different challenges involved. It's going to be good for that. CM has good defense, which is going to make him a good frontline threat to playing from the front, more aggressive, which is always good because it kind of forces the action to take place over here instead of over there. And then you can kind of keep your defense lined up with very little issue. He got fouled. We're actually about to, let's see. We're about to attack the goal here. I'm going to bring him in because they might want to shoot. He's actually the best potential striker. Okay, now I can perform a substitution. I'm gonna make that change. Okay, they're just gonna pass the ball back. Yeah, they have him there just in case they wanted to shoot later because the AM is gonna be a better striker. I would have thought they would have taken that shot directly though, but they don't always go for it. He's on the flank. They did take the LM out of position, so he's free to run the flank. But they're also not going to do anything. Huh. What are you going to do? Are you going to break in? No, you're just going to go forward. Probably going to shoot. If it was me personally, I would have just ran into the box and tried to draw a foul. But, you know, we also won, so they didn't need to do that. We'll take the win. At this point of the tournament, I think we need to worry about keeping our players healthy. You know, stamina does persist or does carry over through various games. If someone gets injured for like a month, they're going to be out of the tournament, as you'd expect. You know, if they're a really important player, you still want to kind of make sure they're not playing when they're tired, they're not getting into dangerous situations and whatnot. Like, you don't want a situation where Neymar is getting beat up or something in the first few games against a no-name opponent. Sometimes you just want to field your best players when they're most impactful, you know? So all of that stuff also matters. It's just a tournament, but management definitely matters. Even more so if you're in the middle of a campaign because, you know, if a player gets injured in a tournament, they're going to be injured when they go back home to the club. So all of that stuff matters. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it, you know? Sometimes you're in the Premier League and your player gets called up to the national team and he's an integral part of your team and he gets injured in the tournament and, oh, well, now he's injured when he comes home. It happens sometimes. I mean, if you're not coaching him on the national stage, that's very possible, of course. Yeah, but as you'd expect, the stronger teams won. England lost to Paraguay on penalties, but they're penalties. Penalties are always a crapshoot. You know, Paraguay pulling through. They used to be a pretty decent South American footballing nation way back in the day. I don't think they're strong now, but they used to be a lot stronger way back when. That's a long time. I'm gonna age myself if I say Chilavert, but you know, used to be pretty good. Yeah, but Paraguay made it through, Germany made it through, France made it through, Brazil made it through, Italy lost. That is actually huge. I didn't expect Italy to lose to Iran, but you know, it's the World Championship, anything happens. All right, and we have the statistics if you want to see them. You know, we can see the most goals scored, and we can see all that stuff. We have more stats if you love your stats. You know, as Exhibit would say, you know, we heard you like stats, so here are more stats in your stats. You have a ton of stats. You have a lot of stats. You have best scorer, you have all that different stuff. And you'll have the countries and whatnot and all that jazz. And it's cool because you can see like the giftedness levels and all those different things. And then, of course, you can check the national teams and all of those different things. And then if you're in the campaign, you can actually see the number of titles that they've won. So, like, this is one international tournament. If I was, like, the coach of Brazil, and I had been through, like, multiple tournaments, and I had won, like, 3 for argument's sake, I would see 3 trophies up here. So you can track that stuff as well. And then it might actually be per tournament. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't gotten that far yet. Yeah, you have all the stats, and of course you can check the players, and you can get all that different stuff. And it updates in real time. You can check the players and see who's who and all that different stuff. You can see their stats and stuff. So again, if you're kind of actively scouting players for the club level, you can actually scout here as well. I can look at Campos from Portugal, and I can say he's had a really good tournament. Maybe he's someone I want to keep an eye on when I go home, when he comes back home, and stuff like that. You know, the same way it works in real life, essentially. That's actually pretty cool. So Spain, another one of the big nations. This is a round of 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The quarterfinal, yep, round of 8. We're getting to the end, and now we really have the stronger nations. Iran versus Brazil was crazy, but crazier things have happened in the World Cup and in international tournaments as a whole. So Spain is going to get tiki-taka, which gives them layoff pass for free. Again, it's level 1 layoff pass, and the AI will take that into consideration when they look at other options. So if there's something better than a level 1 layoff pass, they might not use it. Of course, if it's a trained skill, they get an additional potential level. So like Encinas has actually learned it, you know, I haven't actually trained it up to learn it, so he gets an extra level, which pushes them to 20, when his max should be 17 based on his giftedness level. Versus someone like Lopez, who just has level 1 at 17 because he hasn't actively trained it. That's pretty neat. Of course, layoff pass is a youthful ability. And of course, they're a strong footballing nation, so you're going to see a lot of these guys kind of capping out at giftedness level 5, right? Similar to Argentina, really. And then they're playing the flank, which is interesting. The flank play. That's very interesting. That kind of gives us the leeway to do something like this, to just play it like that. Of course, we're probably going to want to play it flat because they do have wing forward, so we're not as free as we'd like, unfortunately. They have a sweeper out of position. They do have a sweeper out of position. Okay, I understand why they have a sweeper out of position. This would normally look weird, but I also get it. You know, they want to play the DF in the box, and they want to play the sweeper outside because they want to block this off. This is why they have the sweeper out there. Because the AI will react to your most successful formations, even during a tournament, because they're still kind of looking at you from match to match. They're still tracking what you're doing, and they're still reacting to what you do. So, you know, they kind of notice that this guy's probably been doing pretty well by attacking from the left-hand side. They're putting somebody there to block it off, even though this is what they'd normally play. Which is solid, because if they play this, it allows them to move the DF forward and out of the box. If it was the sweeper, once he moves to the second row, he's useless, but the DF is still useful. So if they wanted to come forward with him, he's still good. So it's not the worst choice, even though the sweeper is useless over here. He still has high defense. He still has good passing. He still has long pass, even though he doesn't get any bonuses for playing here. So it's a solid choice. You know, I don't fault them for that. We're gonna have to play. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to play it like this. We don't have to play it like this, but they're dangerous enough to warrant it. Yeah, they are pretty dangerous, so we'll do that. We're also going to try to pull them out of defense, right? We're going to go for that. It's going to be hard to run the flank because both of these guys are going to double up their defense if I try to run it, and they're going to probably win the ball. What I can do is I can play I can play an AM. I can play him, and I can actually pull them out of position. They also have the 2 best defensive abilities in the game for a goalkeeper, so I'm going to have to play it straight. They also have really good control, so scoring here is going to be really tough, actually. It's going to be really hard. And so maybe we'll play it up the center. They are kind of containing us as well. You know, I've been playing, eFootball Life again, which is basically a PES 21 mod, since eFootball doesn't have single-player modes. You know, they're kind of containing me to the center. You know, they're containing the wide areas and forcing me to play inside. So that might be worth looking into. Let's see. If I wanted to keep possession, I'd probably want him. Yeah. You have to also remember that we do have nutmeg. So even though they have all of this going on, we do have options even here. So like he's on the wing, he could easily nutmeg on the wing and go through and then break in anyway. So we have options. Just because they're like this doesn't mean we're stuck. Which is what makes Argentina so good. You know, other teams would have to kind of play around it. Argentina can absolutely play through it if they want to. So let's see, we'll keep him in. I also have to keep in mind that he's getting weaker. He's a key player. So just based on the fact that he's getting weaker, it might be a good idea to rest him as opposed to risk it. He also has level 3 layoff, what do you call it, nutmeg, so he might be a good candidate here. And if I play it properly, I can actually nutmeg through there, and I can nutmeg again, just so I have that option. So let's do this, I think. We'll actually move him out for a DM, because DMs are a little faster, just to get that mobility to kind of catch up to him, and we'll play this other guy later, I think. Yeah, and we'll see what the first play looks like. Pretty defensive, but we're kind of setting up for the next attack and making sure that we can actually counter effectively, or shut down their counter rather. We do have layoff, we do have long pass, but it's not going to be useful here at all. We're going to need another way to get into the box and score. So we get the ball first. We're going to watch it as per usual. We're going to see what the guys do. Let's see what they got. I think they're going to play it to, yeah, they're going to play it to him first. They might just take the shot. Okay, they're just going to move into the box. That's smart. They lose the ball, but they get into the box immediately. So that's actually pretty smart. And now they're going to play the ball forward. He's probably going to hold it, I imagine. He's just going to play it to him. That's smart. He has better control. And they pull the CD out of position, of course. What are you going to do, though? Huh. You're being clever, I see. You're gonna move him out of position. You're being cheeky, showing that you can make a play. He has to take the shot. He doesn't have to take the shot, but yeah, gonna do that to get into position. He also has good control, so it might be a good idea. But yeah, slide tackle. He needs to win the ball though. He could have easily lost that challenge. And I was gonna play it up right. Let's see what you guys are gonna do. Slide tackle, he's an MF, he's gonna go for the ball. 13 versus 19 is not in his favor, but he's gonna roll a 1, because of course he's gonna roll a 1. He's gonna take the shot. Let's see what we got. Ooh, is he gonna go for it now? Or do they realize that they can do it? They're gonna try. Oh, they tried. They absolutely tried. Yeah, the AI realized that they could nutmeg twice, which is why I set him up. That's nice. I like that they tried, you know? It's always nice to see the AI actually make the attempt, even if they don't get it. But that was good. We're gonna go ahead and make a change here because we need to stop this play. Yeah, we'll do that. He can also nutmeg. If he had done that, he would have gotten like how much? 135 accuracy, which isn't amazing, but you know, it's something. So in this case, I feel like I need to, let's see, do I need to sub you out yet? Maybe not. I might actually sub you in now. It might be time. I don't know. It also feels kind of early to do this. Yeah, he's also there. I'm not gonna do it yet. He does give up some mobility though, but yeah, I don't want to take him out yet because he still has a role to play here. Let's do that. Let's take out the DM. They made a formation change. They'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, so cause I'll bookmark it, but these guys definitely aren't subbing out players. You know, this would be a prime time to get him out of there. He's tired. They have a sub. Drink some water here. That's better, sorry. Yeah, but he's tired. They have a sub that they can use. They have 2 subs, actually. So it's like prime time to get him out of there, but he's still here. So in World Championship mode, they're still not making substitutions, apparently. So I think that bug is still there. I'll bookmark it, of course. A big reason why I still do this is because Creo Team does actually use the footage to make changes. And check for bugs and stuff, which is the ideal. situation. But they are making substitution though. Like they're making substitution based on the situation. You can see they just brought everybody inside, so they're making it harder for me to actually double up on the nutmeg right here. But by doing that, they also open themselves up a little bit. So for example, if I did, I might actually take him out now, honestly. Yeah, I think now is the time that they've done that. We're gonna take him out and put this guy in. Yeah, but you can see they brought everybody inside to make it harder for me to progress. They've also moved him to the right-hand side and all that stuff. So they're making tactical changes, even if they're not subbing players out. And it's nice that the game will give you a chance to actually respond. He needs the nutmeg. He should have nutmegged through. It's guaranteed to work. Oh, come on, guys. I guess he stays in position. He can still get the ball through. He didn't need to nutmeg, I guess. I just wanted to see it. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go for the fly tackle. That's smart. That's 12 versus 6. Well, it's not versus 6. It's versus whatever its base is. It just looks like 6. Yeah, so it almost feels like they're trying to sub this guy out, but like every time they change the formation, it's because this guy is tired and they want to make a sub. But it's like they're just not doing it, so they're constantly shifting formations around instead. So definitely take a look at that. I'm not sure if it's the same for other game modes. It might just be like that for Hot Seat in general. I know that not a lot of people play Hot Seat outside of like the Creo team devs, basically, because you guys do play do actually test all the things. So maybe that's what's going on. Yeah, you're just gonna take the shot, huh? There are some opportunities here, but they're just not taking them. They did try a while ago, though. I appreciate that. They absolutely tried a while ago. Ooh, that's the best chance. Oh, that's the game. That's it. Best chance. Best chance. Now we're going to play defense. This is where you tell everybody to move back, to fall back. I don't have another defender, so I can't really do a whole lot about that, but yeah. Now we kind of bring it in now, for sure. Now we'll see if we can pull it off. Not over yet. This is where you literally park the bus. When you say park the bus, this is what we mean. Literally park the bus. Let's see. Like usually it's inside the box, but close enough. Pull everybody back. Be as defensive as possible. That's a weird choice. That's a strange choice. I guess he's the best attacker. That's a weird choice, though. I just realized they don't really have great attackers outside of the skills. The models for this game look really good. Like, it's not FIFA, but you know, for an indie studio, they look really solid. I actually remember when they had, like, the basic models and the question of whether or not they should even bother. And people were like, oh, it's not that type of game, play FIFA if you want pretty graphics, blah, blah, blah. And these guys rigged up their own modeling system for a side view game. And I like it because you can actually see the players. It's not just there, you know? So it's like usually they don't need to like compete with a higher, with the larger companies, but you know, they still understand that presentation matters even if they're not like a big name company. Like I see a lot of other people use it as an excuse when really, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a product. You're in the gaming market, you're in the gaming space, you know? So people are going to judge you based on that regardless of what you have access to. It's not always fair, but welcome to releasing anything, you know, any type of product. That's just how it is. But yeah, let's get back to this. Argentina, we beat Mexico. Spain beat Morocco. Sorry, Morocco, you couldn't get revenge for the past. Pretty sure I got that right. It was Spain and Morocco, right? Colonious times. I just remember that stuff off the cuff. Don't know why. Yeah, England lost to Paraguay. Wow. Okay, Paraguay lost. Paraguay won. Beat England, huh? Pretty sure Iran was in this. Wasn't Iran in it? Hold on, let me see. I might have lost that. Okay, Iran lost to England. I missed that one. When we beat Thailand. That was a round of 3. Okay, cool. Yeah, but this is supposed to be the next one. The next matchup is gonna be, let's see, tables. Yeah, you can just check you can just check it here. You can check tables. I could have checked it there. Right, Iran. They beat Brazil? Are you kidding? By penalty. That's crazy. Are you joking? Is it gonna be Iran in the finals? I don't believe it. Okay, Brazil choked. Got it. It was penalty though. 8-7 is crazy. Germany versus France. We got Paraguay. That's nuts though. They beat Italy and Brazil. That's crazy because they're not good. And like the game will actually take that into consideration. It will be like they're not a good team. Okay, let me just make sure I have that sorted out. That's wild. Well, they have nutmeg. I'm not that worried about it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We get the ball first, so we're playing a flat 5. Probably keep him back, I think, and then maybe play him forward. And then we'll probably do him. I don't need to worry about that because he does have strong goalkeeper. I don't need to worry about that either. Don't need to worry about that head play. Head play might be an issue actually. So I might want someone back there with head play as a counter. We'll see. Well, I'll think about it. I'm not sure. Yeah, but we get the ball first. They're also kind of leaving this wide open, which is a big no-no. We're going to play him. We're going to leave you there, I think. We're going to go for accuracy instead. They do have the sweeper. We'll keep him there as well. I think we'll take out the DM. I think we'll play it wide. And then let's see. We have that CM with high defense as well. So maybe we'll play him instead. Just because that's a lot of defense for a CM. And he moves 2 towels within the center of the field. Let's see if we can break in here. They also have playing out, but their control is pretty low. Yeah, but they're gonna need it though. But then he's just level 3 giftedness because it's Paraguay. Paraguay is not very strong. That might not be a bad choice because Paraguay is not a great team. It's kind of crazy to think that they made it to the semifinals, but you know, it just takes one game, right? Just one game. Hey, let's get this started. Let's watch this and see how it goes. I think we get the ball first. This is an obvious play. Yeah. Very obvious. They're not going to be able to stop it unless he just rolls poorly. Yeah, they can't stop it. Let's see. He's probably going to dribble in. Honestly, 191 versus 205 isn't bad. There's a solid chance to stop it. They just couldn't do it. And now they're kind of wide open. They get a chance to go in. Almost rolled pretty badly. I wonder what they're going to do here. Is he going to nutmeg? Oh, he won't do it. It was a decent opportunity, 145. And he did win the ball because his control's so low. Goalkeeper's going to attack because, of course, solid choice. Good defense. Long pass, but that's not going to matter. He's really there because he has 93 defense. That's the main reason. Oh, and he kept the ball. He also has really good giftedness. They're probably going to pass to him, I imagine. Yep, he's going to play it in again. Yeah, so that's the right choice. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone get knocked down yet. What's going on? These guys aren't diving. He also got through. But halftime, I'm going to take him out. We're going to need him for the next match, and he needs to rest. There's not a lot of time between games, and then also age matters. So if you have an older player who's playing a lot of games in a tournament, they're going to have less time to rest. So you kind of have to take that into consideration too. So this guy, I think he's fairly old, so maybe it might be a good idea to bench him, especially since we're up by 2. That'd be a good idea. Ooh, slide tackle at the front is always nice. They're going to take the direct shot. Yeah, that's a good save. Based on the chance he had, that's a good save. Like, it's a dice roll at the end of the day, but It's a precision shot up close with a good opportunity to score. So it's actually a solid save. That's also why I like this game. You know, it's not like active gameplay, but it's very abstract. But then you can kind of tell what's going on. Like if you've ever played like tabletop games, like Dungeons and Dragons and war games and stuff with miniatures, it's very similar to that, where you kind of have to imagine what's happening. So it's like you get a little bit of animation, but it's also like, you know, that was a really close roll. You know, if you're fighting an enemy in Dungeons and Dragons and you roll and you just hit their armor class, and then you kind of explain how you manage to do damage and stuff like that. It's very much like that, I think, and I like it a lot. Again, you can kind of tell that it was based on a board game. You know, they did do the board game first. That gave them the opportunity to actually work on this stuff before really getting into before getting into the actual game itself, which is pretty cool. Because I know most devs aren't going to do that. Most of them are just going to have like an idea, and then they're immediately going to prototype it, and here's the prototype for something I want to do, let me keep working on it and iterate on it. Like they actually created the rules and made a living prototype and made it functional, and then they actually took it to the digital space, which is really cool. I guess that kind of speaks to the fact that they're pretty experienced, right? Normally you'd have like a storyboard type of thing, even in like software engineering, before you actually put anything on the computer, you know? You storyboard it and you plan it and you have like a prototype that you can show before you actually start coding anything up. You know, it's a skill that you have to learn. I think when I first started, I was all about immediately code too, but you know, it's a skill that you have to learn. There goes the nutmeg that gives him additional passing. He's gonna break in. It also gives him additional control, and he gets fouled because of it. A lot of stuff just happened right there. So basically what happened is he got the ball. He has 69 control. He's from Argentina, so he had nutmeg. He decided to nutmeg. You know, a nutmeg lets you move up to three additional squares. So 1, 2, 3, that got him to the corner, which is why he's playing there. So he's able to nutmeg up here. Then he got his control boosted to like 100 or so, because it's plus 50% with nutmeg, and that allowed him to break in pretty effectively. And then he got fouled by that guy because it's a CD. And now someone's taking the corner kick. It's probably him, and he's scoring the corner kick, right? A lot of stuff just happened right there. Yeah, but basically, that's it. The game's over. Yeah, but they still use the skills. They will use the abilities when it makes sense. For example, in that situation, the potential opportunity of winning the nutmeg made it worth using, so we might actually do it again for the same reason. This is a prime spot for a wing forward. Everyone wants to play from here so they can break in. He did it again. He's going to break in at 104. He's going to be unstoppable. He's going to get knocked down because CDs will always tackle you if you move next to them, which is the weakness of the CD, and that will get you a penalty pretty easily. And that's what happened right there. But he saved the ball, so I can't actually make the sub. I'm just going to do that in preparation. That's also a good save. Yeah, but it's still over. Unless we really mess up, I think it's over. Okay, they're going to go for that. That's a solid choice. Are they going to shoot? No, they're going to cross. Okay, this is good. Good chance. That's probably the best opportunity to score that they had, given how this goalkeeper is. And then I think they're going to keep it. That was a good try. He would have been able to long pass it into the box to him. The solid opportunity. Yeah, now I just want my guys to avoid getting injured because we're going to the semis now. Or the finals, at least. So now they just have to take it easy. Let's see. Long pass, probably. Long pass on the flank is always good. I actually think this is the best place to long pass the ball, because you can either play it through the defense directly or you can play it around them. It's way more flexible than playing it from the center, where you have to pass it through somebody. Like sometimes you just want to get it into the box without the contest at all. Yeah, but who am I facing in the finals? It could be Iran, you know. Like, that'd be crazy. Can you imagine Iran in the finals? That's nuts. Let's see though. Okay, they didn't make it, because that's a bit too much, right? Well, they got third place. Yeah, they got the bronze. What a crazy tournament though. Yeah, but now we're playing against France. Also, we got the benefit of additional rest time. The calendar does matter. You know, every time a day passes, that is an additional day of rest. So we got to rest for almost a week, which is a bonus we got for having our match first. And then obviously, I think France played over here, so they got slightly less time to rest. Yeah, but we're in the finals. We've played France before. We know what to expect. They also know what to expect from us. So a lot of the time, you'll see their formation match up accordingly. You can kind of see that they've spaced out a little bit more. They have guys like this time around because the last time I did this. So they're kind of playing it like that now. So it is pretty dangerous, I'd say, especially because they have this midfielder here. He's going to be very good at getting past anything I have in the center. So I might want to do this. Oh, that's a mistake. Yeah, I'm going to want a CD in the center. This is going to be tough because I don't want to play a CD like this. I want to have them out like that, but I don't know. I don't want to play 3 CDs either because that's useless. But they're absolutely going to make this a problem if I don't do something. So I might have to make a suboptimal play here. I might have to do... He has 12. Maybe we'll do this, and then we'll just have the sweeper in the middle. We also get the ball first, which is great. They don't really have anything going on at the side, though. They do have the DM. Thinking about this. They also have this towel covered, so I can't break the flank, run the flank here, because they're just going to double up, and they're going to make it harder. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a defensive game, I think. Again, it's definitely going to be tough, for sure. Thinking about it, this guy is a threat, though. This guy is absolutely a threat. I don't know about that. Yeah, the fact that they have a CF here is a problem. Because as soon as he moves to the flank, he's going to get out of the way. Yeah, so that's going to be an issue. But if he's over there... Yeah, this is a tough call. And then I don't have another DF that I could play. Because if I could, I would just do something like this, honestly. This would be my play. In fact, this might be my play, now that I think about it. It might make sense to play it like this. And then just, the sweeper will move back eventually, if he needs to. That might not be a bad call. Because really the biggest problem is this guy. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna play it like that. I'm trying to think about it. They don't really have anything they can do over here. I might be able to get a break in from there if I really want it. Maybe we'll play from here. We'll double it up. We'll have the CM there. And then let's see what else are we gonna do. Maybe we'll do that. It is a bit front loaded though, for sure. But I think it's not too bad. I could also do the forward. He does have nutmeg though. So that's also an option. I could also keep him here. I could actually pull him out of position right here. And then nutmeg through later on. And the AI might do it, honestly. I'm not sure if they will. It might actually be better to put him up there instead. He also has 234 defense. That's also important. Yeah, so he might be a better call. Just because he has level 3 nutmeg, so maybe. And then he gets the boost because of the train skill. Don't know, it's a tough call. It's tough. It's a really tough call here. We're gonna watch it and see what happens. Let's see what you guys got. The traditional white and blue. And France should be in the blue and red. Yep. Perfect. Now they tried to pass through the DM, you can't do that. 100% bonus to defense when you do that, but they did get the ball, so I can at least take a shot. Yeah, I mean, that's a try, sure. It's not the best shot. Does someone have long pass? No, he's just an AM. Just as good, honestly. That's the next best thing if you don't have it. Yeah, so he's gonna get the ball through. Oh, he's gonna tackle? Okay. Ooh, that was almost a bad tackle. You need to get rid of the ball. What are you gonna do? Keeping the sweeper in position is a good idea, actually. Because they still cut off that, they cut off that potential head play later on. Ooh, 163. Yeah, that's a good choice. He has a lot of control. It's a good choice. He got lucky, actually. 159 is a lot. That could have easily been bad. That would have been a direct free kick if it was a foul. But a good play. You know, he had to be strong there. What are you gonna do? You gotta shoot it. No, you're gonna cross it. Oh, okay. You got it through. Okay. Wow. At 71. Impressive, impressive stuff. But now everybody has head play. This is what's gonna happen. They're gonna line up outside of the box and they're gonna go for the head play attempt, which is really the biggest weakness of this team. So what I could do, well, that's nothing I can really do here. This is the best I can do. I only have one defender with head play, one player with head play, really. Unless they wanted to play him back there, which they might do, actually. They might do it. Are you going to move him out of the way? No, they're just going to set in place. Okay. They're relying on this guy to defend against the header. He did it. Good job. Yeah. He's in a better position, and he also has level 3 head play, so that's good. Yeah, that was their best opportunity to score a while ago. Not bad. And then they get the ball, which is the next problem. But they're passing it from all the way back here. So that is also a thing. He has 83 passing, though. But he has 93 defense, so that might actually be fine. I think we'll leave it as is. I don't think the DM is really going to help. Like, the DM would be, what, another 98, really? Because I don't think they're going to play it forward. It's either going to be to him or to him, in all likelihood. I feel like the CM is the best choice. They're making a change. What change did they make? I'm not even sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. They made a change. They might have flipped it around or something. And also, I think what's happening is they're trying to sub him out. So every time that happens, they're trying to make a substitution. But it just won't let them do it. Oh, you know what? Well, is that what happened? They may have moved the defenders back. That's what happened. That's smart. Sure. Yeah, that way I could have played the AM instead, but you know, yeah, they're gonna do that instead, huh? They're gonna go for the shot. Okay, sure. Ooh, not bad. Now the problem is this guy? Oh, he's gonna come out of the space. That's no good. He really needs to hold that position, but it's too late now. He's tired. So that's guaranteed. That's gonna happen because he's a CD. Yeah. Okay. Okay. He's going back. Okay. Good. Again, the AI is pretty smart. It understands when something's dangerous, so he kind of knows that he's there. So he's probably gonna go pick up the ball. With the CD? What? Well, okay. I see. Is he gonna hold it? Okay. He's just gonna move it. Sure. That's also not a terrible call. It's gonna move him forward. They got rid of the head play risk. Ooh, but now you have to deal with that. And he has really good control. Lucky, very lucky. He has very good control. They eliminated the head play threat, but it's not a play I would have made. Okay, what are you gonna do? Yeah, but there's nothing you can do. Should have held the ball. Now you give them an opportunity here. Who's gonna get it? It's gonna lob it. He's gonna go for that. Okay. Oh no. And he was in the way. What a way to lose the finals. Yeah, that CD move was not the move. They should have kept the DF there. But I don't think, well, it would have mattered because the DF would have come forward and blocked the shot. That CD move is what messed them up. Solid stuff. Not bad. France earned that. Yeah, but Iran, though. Imagine Iran making it all the way to the semis. That's crazy. And then France is the winner. And then the nice thing about this is you can see all the stats still. So if I wanted to see the draws and the footballers and the matches and stuff that get saved, I can see all of those different things. If I wanted to look at Iran, I could see the graphs and the charts and stuff, which is really cool. And then it also saves, so I can actually go back to the main menu. I can go back here, I can go back to World Championship, and I can check all that different stuff out if I wanted to. That's actually really cool. You know, you can actually save all the different tournaments. Let me see. Yeah, and I think, when the last one I did? I think this is the other one that I did. Let me see. Yeah, I think I lost way back when. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty long. Creo team wanted me to do the World Cup stuff, so I did it. Made it all the way to the finals. It's pretty close, but that is how it goes. Yeah, it's also 1 hour and a half of talking. That's streaming though. Like if you're gonna stream, you have to talk. You can't do it in silence, which is kind of tough sometimes. But yeah, I'll bookmark the bugs as per usual, and I'll hand it off to Creo team. I know Cause is gonna end up watching it anyway, but that makes it easier for the team to actually look at stuff and track things down, as opposed to watching the entire thing. Yeah, but I'm gonna run. That's been quite a while. That's quite a long stream.